Hello, everybody.
Hello.
This is Kitchen Talk once more, episode 4, and we're talking about time travel.
And I am Terrell.
And I'm Eric Davidson.
Hi, Eric.
Hi, Terrell.
What are we talking about today?
Time travel, as I said.
Time travel.
So instead of coming to you live at the Firehouse Coffee Shop, we are sitting in Terrell's living room for some reason.
Fireside, because it's 13 degrees outside.
True, very
It's
true.
been colder than that.
True.
It's been like 0 and all that stuff in the last few weeks.
-2.
-2. Absolutely. So yeah, we tried to record last night in our true kitchen for Kitchen
Chaos.
Talk, and
Chaos. We have schedules.
attacked us.
We have schedules, people. We work hard to make this work.
Yeah, we actually had orders for things to be cooked in the kitchen instead of like doing Kitchen Talk recording while things were going on. And then we had friends and relatives and children and stuff needing and pawing at us and saying, "We need you. We need to talk to you. We need to hug you." Oh, so they come to the kitchen again, because where do some of your most famous, awesome talks come from?
The
The kitchen. Therefore, we call it Kitchen Talk. So sometimes Kitchen Talk has to take a different time slot.
Correct.
As we take this travel through life. Are you getting my gist here?
I'm getting
travels,
your gist. I'm getting your gist, and I'm liking it.
So we had to select a different time today, and we traveled from the coffee shop.
Travel from the coffee shop
to our house. My house. Not our house. We don't live
Yeah,
together. We live near each other, but not together.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah. So I traveled from the coffee house to my house, and then to Terrell's house.
Yes.
Okay.
But there was a lot of time in between that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like,
this is literally the earliest time that we have also recorded, because it's usually in the early evening time, if we don't have to travel anywhere.
Yeah.
Is it too much? Too much time travel?
Well. Okay.
Well, speaking of time, maybe we should move on.
Just hold on to your brain, because I'm going to explain
and check
some
your watch to see what time it is.
Yeah, because it's definitely going to be in the future, unless if you.
Yes, we are talking
unless you
from.
You travel back in time, but you somehow have the file. Yeah, it's probably too complicated.
Yeah, we're talking to them in the future.
Yeah, we're talking
while we're in their past,
every episode.
In our past.
Yeah. Well, this very second we're talking about is the present,
but we're talking to them in the future,
which is very true.
Which is our present right now.
Yes, our present right now. That's ticking seconds away into the future from the past.
Is that mind-blowing?
Yes. Yeah, we could go.
I might be confused myself.
We could go on talking about this for hours.
Yeah, because
just this aspect of time itself.
Yeah.
But we will
forever
discuss paradoxes.
Paradox.
Okay. Paradox number 1, the predestination paradox. A predestination paradox occurs when the actions of a person traveling back in time becomes part of past events, may ultimately cause the event he is trying to prevent to take place. This results in a temporal causality loop, which event 1 in the past influenced event 2 in the future. Time travel to the past, which then causes event 1 to occur, with this circular loop of events ensuring that history is not altered by the time traveler, and that any attempts to stop something from happening in the past will simply lead to the cause itself instead of stopping. This paradox paradox suggests that things are always destined to turn out the same way, and that whatever has happened must happen. Sound complicated? Imagine that your lover dies in a
Oh,
hit and
wow, we
run
went to
car.
lovers. Okay. Wow.
Your
My
spouse.
my lover died in a what?
Your spouse,
It's
partner.
okay. We can move on. It's fine.
Okay.
It's all right. I don't want to trip it up over that.
Okay. A hit and run car accident, and you travel back in time to save her fate, only to find that on your way to the accident, you are the one who accidentally runs over.
Oh my gosh. This is a horrible paradox.
Yeah, it is. So this
I
time
feel like our editor
this
should have looked at this
this
before. I'm
this
scared
time
now.
travel paradox, what caused you to go back in time was what caused you to go back in time was you're going back in time to prevent this situation. So
Wow.
just really the question is what started it to cause
Dominoes.
it go in that.
Someone was playing dominoes. There was a domino effect. Or someone threw a
So-
rock into the pond and caused a ripple effect. One of those two things. Dominoes or ripples.
So someone had some dominoes and they made ripples in the water.
Sure. Absolutely.
And then the wife died.
Great. Thank you, Erical, so much for this beautiful, wonderful moment this morning to talk about this.
Oh,
Or
my.
whatever time of the day it is for you, because you're in the future.
True. Okay. Paradox number 2, the bootstrap paradox.
Bootstrap.
Bootstrap.
All right.
Bootstrap Bill from Pirates of the Caribbean.
I'm now going to take a drink of my coffee so I can handle this. Okay.
Okay. Even your sound effects, Carol.
Well, I want them to know it's live. I really don't sip coffee that loud. Well, maybe according to my wife, I do.
No, it's
Wait, but since we did time travel,
it's
is
a
my
tap.
wife with me? Oh, yes, she's upstairs. Okay. Never mind. She doesn't know I'm talking about her yet.
Oh gosh.
I will come to your past to save you, honey.
Okay. A bootstrap paradox is a type of paradox in which an object, person, or piece of information sent back in time results in an infinite loop where the object has no discernible origin and exists without ever being created. It is also known as the ontological paradox. An ontology is a branch of philosophy concerned with the nature of being or existence. George Lucas traveling in time, giving himself the scripts for the Star Wars movies,
Oh, George.
which then he goes on to direct and gain great fame, would create a bootstrap paradox involving information, as the scripts have no true point of creation or origin. So that's so with this is also creating a sort of loop in time travel.
Uh-huh.
Which, concerning Star Wars fans, probably if someone had the ability to time travel, they would take the scripts of the prequels, everything that was good in the movies, and
Fix it. Yes.
throw out stuff that was bad, like Jar Jar Binks, and keep stuff that was good, like Darth Maul.
To all of you who feel like that is a not true statement, if you don't agree with his analogy there, it's okay. Hang on. Ride the ride with us. Okay.
The Facebook page and the YouTube comments are gonna explode now, like the Death Star.
Yes. There you go.
There you go. There you go. So, so this is a paradox I was talking to you about earlier, Terrell. It's called the grandfather paradox. So,
Yes.
but there's a twist on this. There's a twist.
Plot twist.
There's a twist.
It's not a spoiler alert. Plot twist.
Yes. Well, you can have spoiler alerts about plot twists.
Of course you can. And we can have random squirrel moments, obviously. If you've listened to even one of our episodes, you know that.
Screw. Here. Okay. So this time paradox gives rise to a self-inconsistent solution. Because you traveled to the past and killed your grandfather, you would have never been born, and you have not been able to travel to the past. Past. A paradox.
So I just want to also take a moment in this time and say we have really addressed a lot of death already. Oh my gosh, my wife was in a car accident and I'm going to kill my grandfather? We may need psychological evaluation and we don't know. But meet us in our future and find out. Okay, grandfather paradox.
Find out if we're going to the sanitarium.
Yes, so going to kill grandpa.
So, let's say if you did decide to kill your grandfather because he created a dynasty that ruined the world. So you have a logical purpose.
Grandpa,
it's good.
Totally
it's
screwed
good
up.
versus evil, and time travel.
Yes.
You figure if you knock him off before he meets your grandmother, the whole family, mine, including you, will vanish, and the world will be a better place.
Can you imagine Grandpa and Grandma not getting together? What a tailspin life would be. Okay.
It'd be an alternate reality.
That would be.
According to theoretical physicists, the situation could play out as follows. You pop back in time, walk up to him, point a revolver at his head. You pull...
Wow. What a way to take care of Grandpa.
You pull the trigger, but the gun fails to fire. Click, click, click. Bolts in the chamber have dents in the firing caps. You point the gun elsewhere and pull the trigger. Bang! You point it at your grandfather. Click, click, click. So you try another method to kill him, but that only leads to scars in later life he attributed to the world's worst mugger. You can do many things as long as they're not fatal until you're chased off by a policeman. The multiple universes hypothesis. So, an alternate reality is different than an alternate universe. So, with an alternate reality, one timeline is changed permanently unless if someone travels back in time to prevent the first time travel situation. So in an alternate universe, that's where numerous alternate timelines exist. So if
all at the same time, but they're multiple.
All at the same time.
Gotcha.
Let's say if you had a book or something.
I do have several books.
And throughout that book, it starts with, let's say, the, for the example. So
big word today. The. Everyone say the.
Okay. So
THE.
So the first page says the milk, and then you turn the other page, it says the milk or something like that. So as you turn each page throughout the book,
it transitions.
It changes a little bit, but it has the same point of origin.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then with that,
so it's more of a slight change that you see over time.
And then with that, if you have your time traveling pencil and you marked in that book, that would only affect one page. Unless if you push real hard or you used a marker, but
a carbon copy between.
Yes. But in effect, even though it bleeds through the pages, it may be on the first page, on the second page, maybe the third, but you get to the last page. So it has a diminishing effect. The last page is not affected.
Right. So the diminishing effect.
So it depends on the significance of the situation.
Interesting.
Let's see.
Does grandfather still live?
Sadly, yeah,
sadly. But if any grandfathers are listening to this, please don't take this personal. We love grandfathers.
Well, like in this situation, we've an alternate universe or something.
We still have love. We may not
We-
agree with
we-
his actions, but we still have love. We just want him to change his actions.
A tyrant oil baron, something like that.
We're definitely not advocating that you go take care of your grandfather with a revolver or mutilate him in any way. We're just saying that there could be some things to change the outcomes.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be death or pain or agony. It could be counseling. You could just tie him up and feed him and take him out to go to the bathroom and exercise him and keep him really healthy, but just keep him from making those wrong choices. It doesn't have to be a revolver or a knife.
Oh my. Oh my.
Along with alternate universes, there are alternate plans.
Okay.
Okay.
So
moving on. We have another one.
We have another one.
Okay.
It's a tad bit darker, but
oh my gosh! I thought we were already dark. Wow.
It's the let's kill Hitler.
It's death again.
let's kill Hitler paradox.
Oh, it's
Soon.
way too early for this. Okay, I'm gonna listen. Try.
Okay. Similar to the grandfather paradox, which paradoxically prevents your own birth, the killing Hitler paradox erases your own reason for going back in time to kill him.
So, is this an alternate form of birth control? Yes. Just say yes, Eric. He's looking at me like, what? We're not going to talk about birth control.
It could be, but I don't like the idea of that.
If we could do time travel, we'd go back, and Eric would say, "Strike that question from this kitchen talk, please, Terrell." Okay.
I could travel back in time, and then my future self see my past self, and then,
or we could just edit this.
and then we could,
but we're not going to.
We're not going to because
Okay.
we're lazy.
No, we want you to experience real life with us. Real life with Eric and Terrell
All
on Kitchen
raw,
Talk. On Kitchen Talk.
all raw,
Fireside.
unedited,
on this
uncensored,
13-degree house.
no obscenities or anything.
Oh.
No.
Another episode, obscenities. Let's talk about killing Hitler.
Okay. Obscenities probably next episode if we remember.
It might be too obscene.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the Facebook page, if you wanna recommend any topics or something, we'll take them into consideration.
Phew, I'm glad you said consideration.
Consideration.
Not saying that we will do that.
So
Because you may not really want to hear what we have to say.
We don't want to be, blabbing around topics that is like, I don't want to sit around for 20 minutes listening to this. Why? So we're more like I'm asking for your input, but we're asking for your input.
Absolutely. Creativity. Now let's kill Hitler.
Okay. Let's see. Furthermore, while killing Grandpa might have a limited butterfly effect, killing Hitler would have far-reaching consequences for everyone in the world.
Unless Hitler were your grandfather.
Even if only...
Thanks for moving on. Just keep going, please.
Mind blown. Even if only the fact you studied him in school. The paradox itself arises from the idea that if you were successful, then there would be no reason to time travel in the first place. If you killed Hitler, then none of his actions would trickle down through history and cause you to want to make the attempt.
We wouldn't even be talking about him now.
So all these paradoxes are like these loops with a dent or a rip in them.
It's like Fruit Loops and Cheerios all damaged in the box because they were shaken up too much. They're almost a perfect circle, but not quite. It's like a donut when someone's taking a bite out of it.
It's a donut.
It's a messed up circle.
It's like
Denson
C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. Well, it's not good enough for me. We're talking about time travel.
It's not. It's not good enough for you.
Okay. Bear with me. Hopefully, I can pronounce this last name.
Oh.
Polinsky's
Oh,
paradox?
Polinsky's paradox.
Okay.
Just let it roll off your lips and they'll think it's right.
Polinsky's.
Polinsky's paradox.
American theoretical physicist Joseph Polinsky proposed a time paradox scenario in which a billiard ball enters a wormhole and emerges out the other end in the past just in time to collide with its younger version and stop it going into the wormhole in the first place. Polinsky's paradox is taken seriously by physicists. Oh yes,
Serious.
there
We're
are
serious about it too.
there are time travel enthusiasts
Mm.
when more or less we don't. There's a non-existent time traveling machine unless it's in Area 51.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
But we will never really know because we can't. We can't know.
We can't because we
We are
don't.
not the few selected ones.
Few selected ones who live it up in Las Vegas and go to work at this. Is it federal? I don't know if it's a federal building.
Let's talk about this paradox.
Okay. Squirrel. As there is nothing in Einstein's general relativity to rule out the possibility of time travel. Closed time-like curves or tunnels through space-time. Furthermore, it has the advantage of being based upon the laws of motion, without having to refer to the interministic.
Oh, we
Yeah.
have another word.
Fingers crossed. Twitch my tongue. Hopefully, I can pronounce this. Deterministic
Indeterministic.
plus
There we
N.
go. Let it out.
Concept of free will, and so presents a better research method for scientists to think about the paradox. When Joseph Polinsky proposed the paradox, he had Novikov's self-consistency principle in mind, which basically states that while time travel is possible, time paradoxes are forbidden. So, and then thus this entire video is declared no.
Oh.
No, I don't like that because yeah,
I don't know.
I could tell you why, but we'd probably be here all morning, and the episode would be probably an hour long.
We may have already lost you in this Polinsky's paradox. I'm not quite sure. This one's confusing.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. However, a number of solutions have been formulated to avoid the inconsistencies Polinsky suggested, which essentially involves the billiard ball delivering a blow which changes its younger version's course, but not enough to stop it entering the wormhole. This solution is related to the timeline protection hypothesis, which states that a probability distortion would occur in order to prevent a paradox from happening. This also explains why, if you ever tried to time travel and murder your grandfather, something will always happen to make that impossible, thus preserving a consistent version of history.
Oh, now that sort of made more sense. Huh. So no matter what, your point is that things are going to turn out like they are supposed to turn out, even though there are slightly altered patterns.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what, if we were able to do time travel according to Polinsky's paradox, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is just according to his paradox.
Mm-hmm.
Like we could work our fingers to the bone trying to change Grandpa's attitude or actions or responses, but ultimately he's still going to ruin the world.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Grandpa.
No, not Grandpa. Polinsky.
Polinsky.
Yeah.
What if Polinsky is your grandpa?
Gas.
You know,
He's the evil oil
Polinsky and
baron.
Hitler both. Does
Right,
Hitler have
Evil Orin
This is a terrible
He's-
historical thing. I don't know. Does Hitler have?
Blinsky is your grandfather. He's an evil oil baron who's right-hand man to
So-
Hitler.
Do we know if Blinsky or Hitler had grandchildren? I do not know the answer to that.
That's a good question.
Hmm.
If there's no historical document or
I don't
something
know.
like that, you want to know what we do?
We Google it. That's what I would do.
What if there's no internet
Google
article?
it.
There's no source
There's
of written.
Someone has commented on it somewhere, sometime,
Someone has theorized it.
somehow.
Someone has theorized it. We don't have
theoretical.
solid facts. So here's what we do. We somehow get our time machine all the way over to Germany, Berlin, and we time travel back in time.
I can just call Paul.
Who's-
Google that. Paul.
Who's Paul?
Paul G. Like, he's the one that knows everything in Berlin. He's my foreign exchange student. Master Paul.
Oh,
Yeah.
could.
Paul G. Hi, Paul. If you listen to us, you've made it into this time continuum and into this episode of Kitchen Talk.
Okay.
Speaking of time travel, I'm going to read what time travel is about, just in case you never knew.
Oh, Terrell.
I'm actually going to read this.
Oh,
Yes.
Terrell, what's the definition of time travel?
In my brain, it says time travel is the concept of movement such as by a human between certain points in time. Huh. Knowledge is to move between different points in space, typically using a hypothetical device known as a time machine, in the form of a vehicle or of a portal connecting distant points in time.
Wow. It was
Wow.
like you
It was
were
like I
not
read
reading
that.
a prompt.
Not at all.
Not at all.
That was just in case people don't understand what time travel is or what we've been talking about.
Well, in that case, they would have to go in the past
Yes.
with this video, go back to the very beginning, and then soak it in again.
So, just to wrap it up,
Oh.
think of
Just a moment.
I want to ask this question.
What?
It doesn't have to be the end. It's wrapping up. It's not the end.
Okay.
Wrapping up means that we are starting to wrap it up. It's not the
I-
final piece of tape or the bow on the package. It's wrapping it up. It's
I-
like giving people the idea that, oh, it's going to be ending, but not quite.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, I'm going to still listen for a little while longer.
True.
Because the last points are going to be made. So, just something to think about. If you could go back in time,
Mm-hmm.
what is the one thing that you would for sure want to go back in time and change? I'm not asking you to answer that. I'm not even going to answer that. But in our
Facebook page,
minds, I
Facebook
wonder,
page, or YouTube comments.
what would it be?
They're gonna explode like the Death Star.
Yes. Okay.
So,
That was my wrap up.
okay. My wrap up is, even though I, prepare my notes and everything, they are not solely my ideas. So, as a good high school senior going into a college student, I always cite my sources.
Oh, cite
So-
the sources. Oh, wait. My time travel source was from Wikipedia, by the way. Highly recommended source. Of
There you go.
information, in my opinion.
Mine was www.astronomytrek.com/5 bizarre paradoxes of time travel explained.
Wow. Well, speaking of time, are we there? Is it time?
Think it's time.
Is it time? It is time. I wish I had some really cool sound effects. So, oh wait, listen. Maybe you can hear the fire. Listen to the fireplace.
Crackle pop. Crackle pop.
And that is another episode of Kitchen Talk with
Eric.
and Terrell.
Aww. All
We'll
right.
talk to you next time.
Goodbye, guys.
Ciao.